Today on Muay Thai For Nerds, we'll be covering the 6 most popular builds on the server, and where better to begin than the Muay Mat build. It's one of the strongest builds in the game, known for its relentless pressure and fast blitz attacks. Muay Mat players typically prioritize their strength, speed, and durability stats over evasion and endurance. They receive damage buffs to the punches and low kick attacks, but suffer from the short range and low score multiplier debuff. Some of the most well-known Muay Mat players include Sagat and Samson from the Golden Age server, and Liam Harrison and Rod Tang from the game's current build. And moving on forward, the next one we're going to cover will be the Muay Khao build. Renowned for their relentless pressure and game-breaking clinches, Muay Khao players are some of the most feared on the server. When crafting a Muay Khao, players will want to dump their points into the endurance and durability tech trees. These attributes will synergize with the build's enhanced defense, unbreakable clinch, and rib-crushing knees, which is a damage multiplier that stacks over time. Players who are lucky enough to roll the improved height passive will also receive additional benefits to their long guard and teep abilities. Muay Khao players can expect to receive a lot of damage due to the playstyle of the build and their larger than average hitbox. Famous Muay Khao players include Dizonoi, who was so OP that he retired due to a lack of competition, Chamokpet and Lam Namun, who are also from the Golden Age server. On the modern server, the FA Group Guild has produced several notable Muay Khao players, including Pechbunchu and Yotin. And a build that Muay Khao and Muay Mat players often dual spec in is the Muay Bouk build. Renowned for the ability to rush their opponents early in the game, Muay Bouk is one of the most popular meta builds in today's competitive scene. Muay Bouk fighters excel in close quarter combat, unleashing punishing burst damage to their opponents. However, their shorter range and vulnerability to evasion makes them susceptible to skilled counter strikes, and they also suffer from longer cooldown periods. Among the legendary Muay Bouk players are names like Santonoi from the Golden Age server, Horntone, and Sexan, who has platinumed the build and earned the achievement The Man Who Yields to No One. And next we're going to shift playstyles and move on to the Muay Det build. It's one of the most versatile builds in the game, known for their bone-shattering attacks and highlight reel knockouts. Muay Det players will want to invest their stat points in strength and speed, since those attributes synergize with the long range and crushing blow buff that comes with the build. One thing to note is that this build does have a higher learning curve, as the player will need to learn the distance control skill to compete against higher level players. Some of the most well-known Muay Det players would include Apide and Putpainoi from the beta build of the game, Yotenklai, Superlek, and Singdom. Not moving too far away from the Muay Det build, we'll be analyzing arguably the most popular and highly regarded build in the game, the Muay Femur. Known for their timing and precision, Muay Femurs are undoubtedly one of the most technical builds to master. Muay Femur players will need to invest heavily into the agility and evasion tech tree to take advantage of the counter attack buff the build receives. Unique passives to the build include spatial awareness, ring control, and chip damage multiplier. The biggest drawback of the build is that players can expect to grind a fair amount before mastering skills such as the feint attack and passives such as the improved fight IQ. Muay Femur players may also encounter difficulty facing off against aggressive, high-pressure builds who prefer to rush their opponents. Among the most elite Muay Femur players would include Samat, Karahat, Kansak, and Ole from the Golden Age server. Modern-day Femur players would include Sanchai, Lurdzilla, and Namsaknoi, who owns one of the highest PvP win percentages on the server. And finally, we're diving into the Muay Sok build, a lesser known but incredibly dynamic playstyle on the realm. Muay Sok players are recognized for the ability to suddenly end matches, often earning huge loot bonuses. Muay Sok players will prioritize the agility and evasion attributes, focusing on outmaneuvering their opponents rather than overwhelming them with sheer force. This build excels in exploiting openings in the enemy's defense with their crit attacks. One of the distinguishing features of the Muay Sok build is that their attacks can cause bleed damage, which will cause a debuff on their opponent. In terms of playstyle, Muay Sok players often thrive in the inside range, but may be susceptible to kiting. Famous Muay Sok players from the Golden Age server include Yotkunpoon and Ananasak. And representing Muay Sok players in the current server is Muay Thai. Well, we hope you enjoyed Season 1 of Muay Thai For Nerds. We'll be back with Season 2 soon, so be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next patch update.